Well, you know, it is Black History Month in February here in Canada, and there's so much significance to this month. And you've been taking part in various events and services connected to this very special month. Tell us a bit more about what you've been doing so far.
Yeah, well, we've had a couple of launches thus far. MLK, Martin Luther King celebrations kicked it off for us, but then we also had the Toronto Police Services. They also had a kickoff launch 2 weeks ago. And then Ontario Black History Society, they also had their launch the last Sunday in January of every year.
Yeah.
This was their 27th anniversary of recognizing Black History Month. So yeah, we've had a couple of events, and there's more to come for the month of February.
Well, for the Ontario Black History Society celebration that you did, you met with some very important people that are very deeply connected to Black History Month, and we've got some photos of your experience there at the event.
Right, right.
And it's really profound. You were sharing with us a bit about some of the people you got to spend time with.
Yeah, well, I had an opportunity to do the blessing the last couple of years, just to, again, offer grace and blessing to the diverse community who's there. Obviously, Black history is not just Black people, obviously. We all have a diversity. But Dr. Beverly Jean, you see her there in the blue, she was the keynote speaker. She said something very dynamic. She says, slavery is an interruption to our history.
Wow.
How profound is that?
Yeah.
And really, any kind of suffering and poverty and war-torn world we see is always an interruption to any ethnic group's history. That's true. But we also met Jean Augustine, and she actually is the one right there in that picture there with our youth from our church. She's actually the one who actually made the motion in 1995 because she was the first Black member of Parliament, and she made the motion to have Black History Month recognized. And it wasn't until 2008 it actually became adopted by the Senate in Canada to make it what it is. So powerful.
Incredible, and amazing pioneers of justice and doing good in Canada. One of the focuses for this, the focus for this Black History Month here in Canada is a profound one: Black legacy and leadership, celebrating Canadian history and uplifting future generations.
Yeah.
What does that theme mean to you, Wendell?
Wow. Well, I focus on the word future. We need to know our history so we don't repeat it, but it's always because we're moving forward for the next generation, for this current generation. And I shared to you earlier on, Lara, that the issue really is that we are so intermingled now, we are so mixed with our ethnic cultures, that Blackness is everywhere. We don't just speak English, we speak Arabic, we speak French, we speak German, and so does the other groups as well. And many other groups, they speak other languages, and we are so intermingled because God is saying on the horizontal plane, stop judging each other. I am the creator. On the vertical plane, he looks down and he sees all of humanity, red or yellow, black or white, as I always say. We are precious in his sight.
Well, and when God enters into that reality of race and diversity, what happens?
What happens is he breaks down the outside-looking color comparisons, and he lets that blood of transfusion in our bones that is common to everyone else. And it allows us to recognize our differences and yet to come together for a common cause. That I care about you and you care about me. I care about your suffering and you care about my suffering. And we really have to break down those barriers. And we're seeing in our modern day context where we see there's a war-torn world, there's a hateful world. We're seeing it today. And we really have to put down those dividing walls. Remember this? We anger in the streets, we anger in our homes, we anger with each other. And God wants us to turn our anger into a blessing. Turn your blasting into a blessing.